everybody, welcome to St. Vincent College. Another beautiful sunny day for Steelers Training Camp 2019. We have a live report coming your way. Craig Wolfley will also be joining me on set in just a bit. But first, let's do a little housekeeping. Who practiced today? Who did not? Going through the list of injuries that we have. TJ Watt is still on the physically unable to perform list. As you see here, a laundry list. Sean Davis with his finger injury was out at practice. We haven't seen him out there, but he was not dressed, did not participate. Some good news. Ryan Switzer, who injured his quad yesterday, was wearing a sleeve on it, but he was participating. Dante Moncrief, also a finger injury. He was out there at practice. Anthony Chickolo was back in pads after not practicing yesterday. Bud Dupree did not go today as well, with missing one person on that list, and that was Mark Barrett. Now, we do have a live report coming your way, but first, everybody knows about the little scuffle, the first of training camp yesterday between Cam Hayward and Al Villanueva. We had a chance to catch up with Cam Hayward earlier today, who poked a little fun at our good friend Mike Prisuta.
I don't really look at, I had fights at Ohio State. I don't know about Michigan State. I don't think they have fights up there. But, I guess it just comes with the territory.
All right, well, Sparty himself, Mr. Mike Prisuta, is down on the field with Bob Labriola, so let's head down to Chuck Noll Field for an update from practice. Hey, guys.
Thanks, Missy. What's going on right now down here at Chuck Noll Field is a little field goal competition. Mike Tomlin promised that he was going to create some adversity for these guys, and it looks like that's happening right now. But the last two kicks, Chris Boswell made his, Matthew Wright made his. That's continuing. So now, Mike, let's look back on what we've seen so far. I'm going to characterize the day overall as a day for the defense. Now let's get through some of the details and see if I'm right or you're wrong. Well, that's the wrong
Can I take a guess?
Okay, let's start with 7 shots. I had that as a 4-3 win for the defense.
I had a 5-2 offense.
Well, the first 3 were pretty easy touchdowns.
Or 4-3 offense.
Ben Roethlisberger, to Juju Smith-Schuster twice, and to Eli Rogers. And then also... But then Mason Rudolph, I think, got sacked on a play that ended up as a touchdown pass to James Washington. The play of the game...
I don't think you sacked Mason Rudolph. I think this has come up before in this camp. I think his escapability has been underappreciated by people who keep saying he gets sacked.
He was surrounded anyway. The big play, I think, in the period was it was an interception by Jordan Dangerfield. Mason Rudolph threw a pass over the middle kind of to rookie tight end Zach Gentry. Cam Sutton came across, went up high, popped the ball out of his hands, went up into the air, and then Jordan Dangerfield intercepted it.
And Bob, that's really the way most of these interceptions are occurring this camp. There's a lot of talk from the Steelers. Joe Hayden and Terrell Edmonds is repeating this to anyone who will listen. Catch the ones they throw to us. Don't drop the easy ones. But more often than not, we're not seeing overthrows and the free safety just settles under it. We're seeing a tip and then a reaction on the ball. And the coaches are excited because that means guys are being in the right spots to make plays. And lo and behold, they're easier to make.
And a lot of the times in that scenario you described, it's 2 guys making a play. Then the final play, it was Robert Spillane broke up a pass for Trevor Wood. So there it is, 4-3 defense. I don't care what he says. Then we kind of split up on the next period. I went to watch the offensive linemen working with the defensive line, combination run blocking, and you went to backs on backers, the passing version.
Yeah, we talk a lot about backs on backers, the hitting version, how that's stacked in favor of the defense. The offense can't cut block. Defense gets a running start. This is kind of revenge of the offense because it's a quarterback, a coverage guy, and a would-be pass catcher, and the quarterback can hold the ball as long as he cares to until
gets sacked in that
until his guy gets open. But it was interesting. Mike Tomlin orchestrates matchups in that similar to the way he does in backs on backers, the run game version, Bob, or the linebacker version, I should say. And Benny Snell Jr. beat Devin Bush twice. So Mike Tomlin wanted to see it again. And 3 times they came up against each other, and 3 times Benny Snell Jr. played some Benny Snell football and caught the pass, because apparently that's what Benny Snell Jr. does also.
Well, then the next period was tackle football, and Benny Snell didn't really have the kind of success he might have had in backs on backers. Really, I think the guy who had a very nice day today was Artie Burns. He made a very nice tackle at the line of scrimmage, came off a block on a sweep by Benny Snell to his side. And then on the very next play, there was a quick pass, you know, those sideline screen passes to wide receivers that I love so much.
It's an extension of the run game, Bob.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And in this particular drill, it was a perfect extension of the run game, because the quick pass to Deontay Spencer to the outside, Artie Burns came up quick, made the tackle at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Nice job by Jordan Dangerfield in that period also.
Yes.
He made a couple of tackles in succession, and he was taking it upon himself to kind of fire the crowd up. You know, it's kind of hot out here again today, and the people in the grandstand and the adjacent hillside were just kind of sitting there. And Dangerfield repeatedly would make a tackle and jump up and say, "Y'all wake up," or "Don't sleep on me," or something to that effect. He was fired up, and it showed. He was making plays.
The NFL officials are here today. They'll be here for a couple of days. And, of course, the big thing is the new rule, offensive pass interference, defensive pass interference can be reviewable. You heard a little back and forth between the head coach and one of those officials.
Yeah, 11-on-11 play. There was a nice back shoulder throw to number 14.
Tevin Jones.
Tevin Jones. And Mike Tomlin, it was a nice catch by Jones on a throw from Mason Rudolph, who didn't get sacked on that one either. And Jones makes the catch, comes down in bounds. Mike Tomlin walks over to number 90, the umpire, and says, "I'm going to challenge that for OPI." And then he said, don't worry, I'm just practicing. And the response from number 90 in the black and white stripes was, "Be careful what you wish for." And then lo and behold, a couple segments later, we're down here in the red zone, and the field judge, number 118, calls James Washington for what, Bob? OPI.
There you have it. That's today's practice report. Back to you, Missy.
All right, thanks so much, guys. I knew Labs would have to mention that the officials were here today. One other quick thing that the guys did not mention, probably because of their point of view whenever Chris Boswell was kicking. He is now perfect so far this camp. Coach Tellman saying he wanted to put him under these high-pressure situations. 14 for 14 by my count. But also Vance McDonald was filling in for Cam Canada, doing a little bit of long snapping. So we are going to take a quick break. When we return, Craig Wolfley will be joining me on set to talk all things offensive line.